Hi guys, welcome to my channel again. So today I'm gonna be bringing you a piece that is abstract, being as I brought you realism what was a few days ago with the Kobe Bryant one. So today I'm just gonna go ahead and bring you something a little bit bigger. That one was kind of sort of, it was 30 by 24, so that one was okay in terms of size, but this one I'm going to show you, it's from floor to ceiling, probably up to here. And it is an abstract piece that I completed. I believe it was during COVID. I think it was 2020 or 2021. So again, as you guys know by now, this is my favorite genre. It's abstract. And so without further ado, I will go ahead and show you the piece. So again, see, it's like right about there for the height of that one. So as I go up, you can see how big it is. And then I'm just gonna zoom in to kind of show you the array of colors as usual. See, there you go. And again, none of the hues are pure. Everything is mixed in. The yellows are different, the reds are different, the blues. So this piece, let me see if I can do Finding Waldo 2021, actually. The signature is, I'll bring it in. Oh my goodness, that's super tall. So 2021, see? So I found the signature. So this piece is really, this is the first time I think I graduated to bigger. So all of my pieces before were where I was comfortable. So like the small rows I showed you guys the other day, and then I gradually, if you like check out the videos, you'll see the small rolls I showed was that small one, and then it kind of went up, but not too many sizes bigger. And then the Kobe went up a little bit bigger, and then this one went up a little bit bigger as well, but I should say a lot bigger. So yeah, and then the Wakanda piece that I showed for the very first video, that one was that's the biggest I've, actually no, I've worked on bigger. The one that I currently still haven't felt it was finished. It's not finished yet for me to show, so that's why I haven't showed it yet. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not sure how I'm gonna show that one, just because it's so big. It's kind of like a mini wall in a bedroom, but of course it's on plywood. Like, it's not canvas, it's plywood, so it's super heavy and it's really big. So how I'm gonna maneuver that, that's probably like a summertime video outside in my backyard or something, that I'm gonna be able to shoot that one comfortably. Because it won't be able, I can't lift it up like I'm doing these ones currently. So about this piece now, you know, somebody said something recently about how my mind works, and maybe that's why I like abstract, and I just learned that about myself, because I agree with them. It's always jumbled. There's not always jumbled, but there tends to be quite a bit going on most times. And so that is the reason I choose painting as that out, because it has to go someplace. And I'm sure some of you can relate to that overthinking side of ourselves sometimes. And so for us not to fall in trouble mentally, we got to put it somewhere, you know. And so for me, it's paintings. And so I do think this sometimes is an accurate description of what goes on in our heads sometimes. And then you have other times, and I think that's the realism side that I was dabbling into. It's kind of sort of like when my mind is at a blank and there's nothing else, and I'm not thinking about anything or doing anything, then I'm like, you know what, okay, I'll look at a picture and draw something, because I can't come up with anything creative. I think the realism parts of my work is when I feel like there's a creative block. So I'm just like, okay, fine. For inspiration, I'm just gonna look at something and paint it, because I don't have any creative juices flowing right now. So I have to paint, so I do that. Yes, you can consider painting kind of sort of an addiction, just because when I'm not doing it, it's a problem. So oftentimes I wonder, I'm like, oh my goodness, what happens if I get to the age where my hands are shaking or whatever and I can't paint? What am I going to do? And sometimes I freak out. And so I try to find comfort into the fact that I sew. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll pick up knitting. Who knows? Because then I don't have to be so precise with the lines and whatever, right? But yeah, so this piece really speaks to, I had fun creating this one because it was literally saying nothing. It was just me going with my hands. There are no instruments used. I'll bring it in a little bit closer. So there are no instruments in here. So sometimes I'll use the protractor or the compass or rulers. Rarely, but most times I just use my free hands. And so you see some of them have, like, you'll see some hearts in here, shapes that I didn't put in on purpose. It's just after the piece is completed, I'm like, that's a heart right there. And so yeah, so this piece is a lot of that. And just to again show size, I'm up to here and the pieces right here, right? So again, all the hues are completely different. Nothing is the same. Even the pink that's used here is mixed. You can kind of sort of see. So this is kind of like a dark pink into a light pink. This one for me was super fun. And if you look carefully, you'll see this side is a little bit more detailed. The patterns are smaller in contrast to this side where they're a little bit bigger, kind of trying to get it over with at this point, because sometimes these pieces can take me honestly way longer than they need to, just because again, for me, if I don't deem it finished, then it's not finished. And so I can't say put my signature on it. I won't put my signature on it if I don't think it's finished, right? And so sometimes I'll graduate into making the shapes bigger or using repetition and just coloring off a particular area with a specific color, just because I want that part of the canvas done, because I never like finish a spot before I move on to a next spot. I'm literally all over the canvas, and when it's done, and that is what I get. And also, again, there was no vision with this part. This was just literally something that came into my being in terms of you need to paint, and that's what happened. I had canvases, I needed to paint, that happened. And so again, just really try to focus on some type of niche in terms of getting away from whether it's work or school, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, just because I do believe we need to get that escape that's healthy, of course, and see if we can find some positive energy into what we're doing to make our lives a little bit more manageable, a little bit more livable and peaceful, right? Like I said, we need to protect our peace at all costs. And so that's the form that I choose. And I really pray that each and every one of you find that niche, find that escape that's healthy, that can help with the struggles of everyday lives, and the parts of ourselves that we don't want to share, the parts of ourselves that we feel like, why am I thinking like that? Is something wrong with me? No, there's nothing wrong with you. You're probably just overwhelmed and need to find some type of an escape, whether it's bowling, playing pool. I like to shoot pool. I love to shoot pool. Did competitions when I was younger, still play to this day at my gym. And, you know, it's just another form that I try to graduate to sometimes when I don't feel like painting. I was just like, you know what, I need to play and be competitive at something. So I do shoot pool from time to time, and that's also an escape, right? And so like I said, it could be anything. Some people like bowling, some people like skating. It doesn't matter, but we do need to have that go-to. And it doesn't always have to be a person. Because that person probably also needs a go-to. So yeah, anything that will help you to enjoy your own company and to be at peace with yourself, because that is important, that we don't always put ourselves wrapped up into another person, right? So again, hopefully you'll take something from this video, whatever you want to take from it, hopefully positive, and enjoy viewing the piece. I'll show it to you one more time before I go, and yep, that's what that looks like, right? All right, and I will be back with other pieces. That's probably going to be realism. The next piece I show is probably going to be realism. If not, then it's going to be abstract as usual. All right, and so thanks again for viewing the video, and I will see you next time.